With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 22 yards there, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, Watson. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On the option, here's Watson. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Raheem Mostert hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive.
Is no good.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman.
Number 20.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On second down, it's Freeman. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. He's 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
And it's third down.
Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. On first and 10, Watson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 30.
This
10,
is too easy right here.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
Broncos.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Freeman, the ball carrier.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And all the way down to the 26. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos, nothing.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman down to the 25. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On second and 9, Ryan. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Broncos.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 on the Seahawks 10-yard line.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30. Past the 20, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On first down. And this one is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
And it's 3rd down.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
And the Broncos' first down.
Throwing again, Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Watson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line.
First and 10.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. On first and 10, it's Mostert. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business in the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
Well, I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. They'll try and run here with Mostert. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a first and goal.
1-yard line.
They'll run with Mostert, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Raheem Mostert as the first half is winding down, and the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Hey, what's the ball? Got it. 56, 22. Check right. Gotta go.
To throw is Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
At the Seahawks' 41-yard line.
59, ready, 280.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. And that'll make it 3rd down.
And less than a yard.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 3rd quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. O'Shane Zimenez able to get in there and drop him behind the line. 2nd and 10.
At the 26-yard line.
Watson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. The partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense at that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Eight yards on the return following a punt of 41. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. And the Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. And this one through the uprights and good.
41. Broncos 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Operating from the gun, Ryan. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First down, Denver.
Down. Ready. You ready? Wait. Switch. Go. Safe. Tight. 51.
Now it's Ryan. Looking in zone for Jones. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Third quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Watson on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards the pickup there. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. This is Mostert. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Mostert.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
40-yard attempt.
And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Here's Freeman. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The pass from Ryan complete to Freeman, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 20-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Watch Mike. Hey, 52's the Mike, boys. 52. Man, I got you.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
52. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long. Got. It's going to be a 21. It's a safety creep.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Number 31.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And 4.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Raheem Mostert.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Today's final score, Seahawks 48.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Denver, they're going to bottom out here to wrap up this very forgettable season at 2-14. And it's